Welcome to Rev Up Your Business with Hilda Gan, the podcast for people-centric leaders, business owners, and HR professionals who know that people are at the heart of business success. Join me and industry experts as we explore the key aspects of building a thriving company, sharing cutting-edge strategies, impactful insights, and the latest trends to help you ignite your business growth. It's time to rev up your leadership, rev up your success. Let's get started. Welcome to Season 6 of Rev Up Your Business. Each season, I get clearer on what I believe my listeners and viewers want to hear from Rev Up Your Business. And who are my listeners and viewers? They are people-centric business owners, leaders, and HR professionals that know that in order to be successful, you need to focus on people. They are the heart of business success. They want tips, advice, and strategies on how to make that happen. So each week I will bring in guests who have a people-centric focus and have expertise in the areas of AI, finance, business growth, marketing, sales, and HR. So let's dive in. Today, I'm going to focus on how people-centric leadership fuels business growth. And what does that mean? I'm going to start by defining what is a people-centric workplace. Then talk about what are the benefits of a people-centric workplace. Then share that leadership is the critical role that creates and fuels the business growth and the business success. And then I'll talk about strategies that can help build that people-centric workplace. So what is a people-centric workplace? These are workplaces that really develop and consider the well-being, the development, and the engagement of its employees. Let's put that into simple terms. Wouldn't you love to create a place, to work at a place where people love what they do and love where they work? And that's what my husband and I did when we created iTrans many years ago. We focused on creating a place that people love what they do and love where they work. So what are the benefits of creating a people-centric workplace? Like, why care? Like, isn't profit? And isn't cash flow king? Yes, but when you create a company that has a people-centric focus on it, statistics will show you that it actually increases profit, it increases productivity, it increases engagement, it increases the bottom line, which will help the cash flow to continue building. So let me tell you what that means. What are some of those benefits? Like, why should I bother? Well, let me first talk about the commodity mentality. Some business owners think, I can find another manager. I can replace you as a salesperson. I can replace you as a staff person. There's another one around the corner. But there is a cost to that mentality. When you treat people like commodities, they don't feel valued, they're not engaged, and they want to leave. The fact that somebody leaves and you replace that commodity costs you money. So statistics will show you that when you replace a person who is a technical or administrative staff, it costs you 150% of the salary to replace that person. If that person was, let's take a round number, $50,000, it will cost you $75,000 to replace that individual. That's the cost of the salary, plus the cost of advertising, interviewing people. Other people may be working extra hours to replace that person, and then the productivity of that person who is your new hire, the time it takes them to ramp up to the speed and the efficiency and effectiveness of the person that left. When you look at a person who is at the managerial level, then we're looking at 200 to 250%. So let's use $100,000 in this case. It can cost you $200,000 or $250,000 to replace that manager that you said was a commodity and that you wouldn't invest in. And when you look at your key salesperson or your executive level, then you're looking at 300, 400%. And so when you, let's say, use $200,000, then you're looking at $600,000 and more. So there is a cost to treating people like commodities and replacing them. Let's talk about the real benefits now of people creating a place where people love what they do and love where they work. You can increase employee engagement and productivity when people feel like they belong. Gallup shows that when people feel engaged in a company, those companies have 21% more profit and 17% more productivity than companies who don't really have their staff as engaged. And the Harvard Business Review states that 76% of employees feel more productive when there's a sense of well-being fostered by the company. So it pays to make people feel good about being at work. The other thing is that it helps build better collaboration and teamwork. When you create a place where people feel that they have a sense of belonging to the team, that they collaborate, and the collaboration is fostered. Well, Stanford University says that employees who work in collaborative environments are 50% more effective at completing the task. And effectiveness can be how quickly they do it, and how efficiently they do it, and the quality of that. Now, wouldn't you want that for your workplace? Wouldn't that increase your profit and your productivity? It also helps to attract top talent. When people come to a company and they really enjoy it, they tell their friends. It creates a branding of a place that people really want to come to work. And Glassdoor indicates that 80% of workers say company culture is a critical factor in their decision to apply to a company. Since COVID now, people are not settling for a place where they come to work, they put in the hours, they hate their job, and thank God that they have money to pay for the things that they need. They won't do that anymore. COVID taught them that they're more resilient, that they can survive. If they get terminated from a job, if the job gets downsized, they have the capacity and the ability to survive. So people are looking for healthier work environments, places where people care. The last statistic I want to share to convince those skeptics who say, why should I bother about putting in an effort to make a place that people really want to work? Well, the last one is about customer satisfaction. Statistics show that companies will have a higher customer satisfaction. Gallup says that companies with highly engaged employees outperform their competitors by 147% in earnings per share and have 10% higher customer satisfaction scores. That in itself, you want to create a business where you have customers and customers keep coming back. So when you have customers that are satisfied and you get satisfaction scores that are 10% higher than other companies, it will create a better company to from a business perspective and a return on investment. So I've given you 5 reasons why you would want to create a healthy work culture. Retention of staff, high customer satisfaction, attracting top talent, and keep on attracting top talent, creating collaborative teamwork to improve productivity, and improving the engagement and productivity of your team. Hopefully, bottom line skeptics now see the value of investing in people and creating a place where people love what they do and love where they work. And to me, the critical element, the pivotal element of creating this healthy work culture, this people-centric work culture, is leadership. Leadership fuels business growth, and people-centric leadership will do that even more. So let me step back and say, why is leadership so critical? Why are you in a pivotal role? And to do that, let me talk about why people leave a company. Jan Teggs did a study for about 10 years in which every time he called people, he was a recruiter, he would ask them, why are you thinking of leaving your company? And so over the course of 10 years, he amassed 10,000 statistics of why people leave. And the top 3 reasons that were identified was, number 1, bad bosses. You know what bad bosses are. They're the ones that feel they have power. They're temperamental. You don't know when to talk to them, and you hope that if you're going to say something, you're in a good mood. They're the ones that make you feel this big because they criticize you for what you're not doing well rather than fostering and helping you to do things well. Then bad work culture. You know, a place where it feels toxic, it's unsafe, coming to work really feels like a task you have to get through so that you can enjoy the rest of your day. And lack of meaningful work, where they keep on doing the same thing. I know when my husband and I started our engineering company, the trend was you work 2 years in a company, you put in the hours and you do the same thing day in, day out for almost 2 years. And suddenly you think, okay, I've done my 2 years here, I'm going to go move somewhere else. Because people didn't think about the personal growth of the people. People really want to be growing and developing and being challenged. So these are the top 3 reasons. And if you think about that, the manager is in a pivotal role to affect that. They don't have to be the bad boss. Wouldn't it be nice to have a boss that really looked at your personal growth and made a difference in nurturing you and challenging you to become the person that you want to be within the organization? You don't want to be the bad boss that makes life miserable. And you have the ability to help nurture the culture and foster the teamwork amongst people. You are in that pivotal role. I believe that the manager, the leader, plays a key role in keeping, retaining, motivating, and uplifting staff. And so nurturing leaders to be more effective leaders, to help them, is a key role in the organization. Whether you are the business owner, a leader who has managers themselves, a leader who is nurturing someone to become a leader, and the HR plays a pivotal role in creating this healthy work culture. Let me talk now about some of the key strategies to building a people-centric workplace. And I'll start with REVUP. REVUP is the name of the podcast, REVUP Your Business. And REVUP is actually an acronym for how my husband and I succeeded in building a place where people loved what they did and loved where they worked. When we were iTrans, we really looked at our individuals and fostered their growth. We listened to what they wanted to become as they grew in their profession. And we were, as leaders, in a pivotal role to help nurture that growth. And I thought about it. We grew our company. We hired the right kind of people that believed in the values of caring for people, working as a team. And we provided training and mentorship to help people foster the kind of company we wanted to be. And we became pretty proud that we felt we had done that. And when we were 10 years old, we decided to put our names forward to see what other people externally thought of our company, because internally we were proud, our staff and ourselves, of being a company that really loved where we were working and loved what the people that we were with. And we found ourselves putting our names forward to the Great Work Institute, which many people know about today. And we were recognized by the Great Work Institute as one of the best workplaces in Canada, top 10 twice. And when we sold the business after 12 years of being in the business, I left the company after 4 years and I decided to start my company, People-Bright Consulting. And I thought of all the things that I did to build our company, because we had 125 people in 7 offices across Canada at the time we sold. I thought of all the things that I did corporately, from admin, IT, finance, expansion. Human resources was the operations activity that I really loved the most. So I started People-Bright Consulting, and I wanted to be able to articulate what is a success formula. And I came up with the word REVUP. REVUP stands for 5 words that basically articulate the success that we had in creating that place where people love what they do and love where they work. And those 5 words are respect. Treat people with respect. Equality. Then look at everybody as equals. At iTrans, everybody's job was equally important as another person. And we fostered that mentality of equality. V is for valued. We valued the efforts, the work, and the accomplishments of the team, the individuals, the leaders. And we made sure we did things to help people feel that sense that they were important, that they were valued. U is for uniqueness. By listening to people, understanding who they are, and fostering their growth and working with them in their strengths and their abilities that needed more nurturing, we looked at their uniqueness. And then the P stands for potential. When you look at the uniqueness of individuals and tap into that potential, look at them with respect and equality and value them, imagine what you can do. So that framework has been instrumental in my mentality to help companies become people-centric workplaces. The second key strategy is leadership. Invest in your leaders to become effective people-focused leaders. We often hire people because of their technical abilities, because of their abilities to manage the project in terms of time frames, deliverables, quality of work. But we often don't hire them because they were excellent at their people skills. So you need to help people manage that aspect of their leadership. And if they don't have it, foster it, nurture it, create training and support for people to be people's leaders in their communication, and to foster that in staff, to learn how to communicate with each other effectively, to work as teams. So the third point is creating training and education for people to create a people-centric workplace. And the last thing is creating a culture that cares about people, between each other, amongst each other, and with each other. Create what I call a we culture, not an us versus them. You know, when you hear about companies who say the management, the staff, that is that separation of we, us versus them versus we. When we were successful in being top 10 best workplaces in Canada, what I recognized from the reports that they sent us was the difference between what is a top company or a company that even makes the top 50 is that the gap between the managers and the staff. When the results were done, the company had to have the leaders do a survey and the staff do the same survey. And what they looked at was the disparity between the scores. And when the scores were aligned close together, that was more we culture. And so those companies in the top 10 had a very low gap, and so more of a we culture. So foster and think, how do we create a we versus them? Inspire and motivate people, rev up people's potential and values, embrace the values of Rev Up. These will help you create that sense of belonging, that sense of engagement, the sense that people feel they are a part of a company and that you care about them. So why do I care about creating people-centric workplaces? I want to make a difference. And I started People Bright to help people make a difference. And I want to work with people-centric owners and entrepreneurs, leaders, and HR professionals who really do want to create a place where people love what they do and love where they work. And so I want to impact as many lives as possible, to go to work, to enjoy it, and then to go home and continue enjoying the life that they have. So I started People Bright Consulting to help companies who want to be people-centric, but they don't have the time or the knowledge to do this. And that's what I do. That's why I started my company. That's why I start this podcast. So each week we are continue to have guests who will join me, who have a people-centric perspective, want to do good, want to make a difference in this world. And I'm going to call on these people who are experts in IT, AI, finance, marketing, business growth, business strategies, mental wellness, human resources, culture. And I'm going to ask them to join me and share their tips, strategies, cutting edge thinking, and the impacts and insights that they can share with you to help you build a better, successful, people-centric workplace. I'm planning to host webinars that will help people with difficult conversations and help you strategize and work with you and do educational training to help uplift and motivate your leaders. So the best way to get a hold of me is through LinkedIn. It's LinkedIn Hilda Gan. There's no other numbers or info behind that. Visit my website, www.peoplebrightconsulting.com, and send a message to me at hildagan@peoplebrightconsulting.com. Or if you just want to send a general message to our company, info@peoplebrightconsulting.com. It's time to rev up your leadership, rev up your success. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you for tuning in to Rev Up Your Business with Hilda Gan. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our podcast on YouTube and Spotify to stay up to date with all of our latest episodes. For more HR tips, strategies, and to learn how you can create a people-centric workplace, visit our website at peoplebrightconsulting.com.